Hey folks, Mike here, Creditspeedbumps. Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to follow up my previous video with a frequently asked questions section because quite frankly we get 3 questions asked all the time and I thought it would be really cool to address them here. Question number 1 we get is, what happens to my application once it's submitted? Great question. Question number 2 is, what type of credit situations do we routinely see or do we handle or manage? And number 3 is, how fast can we get things done? So let's go. Question number 1, what happens once you submit an application? Well, we take some serious time and go over your credit bureau and take a look at the overall presentation. We really discern what your strengths are, where your weaknesses might be, and we bundle that up into the best possible presentation we can and forward that to the banks for approval. We deal with 12 specific banks and finance companies that range from the non-prime sector right up to the prime, which is low interest rates. So we generally speaking can plug somebody into a bank at some situation based on their credit. We're really effective in that regard. Once the bank sees your application, they'll come back to us with what's called a conditional approval. And basically what that is them saying to us, you know, we like this fellow or this gal, we're kind of okay, maybe we'd like to move forward if we had certain stipulations met. What we would do then is we'd get a hold of you, we would let you know what we needed. Generally speaking, it's income confirmation and maybe a lien payout, things like that. And we'll get those stipulations resolved, and at that point in time the bank will come back and give us our firm approval, and then we'll move forward. It's really good and really easy that way. Question number 2 is, what kind of credit situation do we generally see? I can tell you that I think I've just about seen it all, and as sure as I say that, a new situation will come around, but I'm not worried about that. If you're currently in a bankruptcy or bankrupt discharged, we have customers, lenders I should say, that are willing to take a look at those situations. If you're in a consumer proposal, you're making payments to a trustee, as long as your trustee relationship is good, we definitely can make something work with that for the most part. Previous repossessions, write-offs, collections paid and unpaid, those are all things that we see on a daily basis, and those are all things that we can work around and can usually deal with depending on the situation and the criteria. Nothing is ever 100%, but we have an extremely great track record of getting things done. Third question is, how fast can we get things mobile? I got to tell you guys, it's pretty darn quick. From the time we receive your application to when we get the conditional approval from the bank is generally only an hour or 2, maybe a little more depending on the busier times of the year. Getting the stipulations resolved, that's what takes a little bit more time. We'll get back to you and say, look, we need pay stubs or we need this or that, and you'll fire it back to us via email or fax, or we'll bring it in if you're close by, whatever works in that regard. But typically, I would tell you that from start to finish, 3 to 4 days is not out of the question. So to answer your question, pretty quickly we could get you into something to get you going. Once we get the full approval from the bank and once all your stipulations are satisfied, that's when it really becomes quick. We'll give you a call, we'll talk it through, we'll find out exactly what you'd like to have in the vehicle, really where your specific needs are, where you think you see yourself, and you know what might work best for you currently or today. And then we'll get that unit. If we don't have it in stock, we'll find it for you, bring it in. We can do a lot of things in that regard. So again, I know you've heard me say in the previous video, don't let anything stand in your way. I want to say that again. It doesn't cost anything to talk. We're here for you. We just love a chance to see if there's something we can do for you. Again, we have a great success rate. We have good lenders standing by. All we really want to do is get you mobile, get your credit reestablished, and you know what, in the long haul, maybe we'll have a lifelong customer. So I'll leave that with you guys. Those are the 3 big questions. More videos to come. Keep smiling. Have a great day.